I want you to picture a horse standing next to a post. It's a sunny day. A horse doesn't particularly want to be next to that post. It would rather go into the shade, where it would probably be better off. The thing is, the horse is assuming that it's actually tied to the post, when in reality, there's no rope at all. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. In the past year or so of my life, I realized that when it came to learning how to build community and really effectively connecting with people on a meaningful level, I was that horse. At this point in my life, I justified not building as much community as I could have by telling myself things like, I'm a quality over quantity person, when in fact, you need quantity to find quality. If I'm being really honest with myself, I would hide behind academic accomplishments by telling myself that if I was good at school, I didn't need to be good at connecting with people to the same extent, almost seeing myself as a one-dimensional being. One day, my mentor Rosalind had me write down my values. She helped me realize that by not connecting with people as much as I wanted to, I was actually acting outside of my values. The way I was spending my time was not entirely representative of what I cared about. Realizing that I may not actually be tied to a post made me feel pretty misaligned. I was telling myself that I had my priorities straight, when in reality, connection adds more meaning to our lives than just about anything else. Why the hell have I been standing in the scorching sun when I could have taken a few steps over and been lying down in the shade? So I decided to try walking away from the post. First, I needed to better understand myself and my purpose. How can you know someone else if you don't know yourself? Can you really align with people on the basis of values if you aren't aware of your own in the first place? After discovering my inner game, it was time to move outwards, try it out in the field. I started saying hi to everyone I saw on the way to the lab each morning. I met the construction workers near my house who now call me Hi Girl, the girl that always says hi. I even met my mailman, Steven. I got to know the names of all of my classmates and learned as much as I could about everyone and anyone. Megan, Ashvi, Becca, Marcus, Mikhail, Alex, Sam, and more. No more making assumptions about who I will click with. Talk to everyone and anyone. I got coffee with friends each Wednesday to work on my conversation skills, and then watched reality TV with my friends on Sunday, acting as a hostess. I then sent myself halfway across the world, an attempt to get to know myself and my ability to walk away from the post even more. I went to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and went to 2 or 3 meetup events each week. I spoke to many people and tried to observe who was successful in connecting with people the most, and why were they attracting so many people? What made them magnetic? And what were they doing? Often, they appeared to be really comfortable with themselves, sometimes animated, appearing extroverted, frequently emotionally warm. Well, I thought in many ways I would never be that person, that super extroverted, outgoing person. I kept showing up regardless, trying to meet so many interesting people. I met a psychic who was convinced that I would meet my husband in Japan. I met a nudist who does the marketing for all the nudist camps in the world, and even a YouTuber who left Norway because his YouTube channel giving out financial advice became so successful that he started getting death threats. So he packed up all of his things and moved to Thailand. I started to become really curious about who I would meet, and more discerning as well. Working a room means asking good questions, giving good answers, and trusting your intuition and understanding when it's time to politely move on. Oh, I see one of my friends over there. After a month, I headed to Osaka, Japan. wanting to experience a collective culture and one that is different from my own, figuring that I would get to know myself and my ability to walk away from the post even more in a new context. One night, I went to a language exchange event and met everyone that I could. It was about 9 p.m. The group was getting along, and we had to leave the venue, unfortunately. I knew that moving the group somewhere else was a good idea. Without even thinking about it, I ended up moving about 15 people to a bar after the event. The thing is, the night got cut short because I had to catch my train. And so as I was standing up, about half of the group started to complain. Why so early? It's barely midnight. In that moment, I realized that I had walked away from the post. I never became the insanely animated extrovert, and I didn't do anything magical. I'm a social introvert. I asked each of them good questions, I listened closely, and I was engaged. I was more in line with my values, and I had made the people around me feel valued as well. It has taken a year or so, but I've realized that when it comes to connecting with people, walking away from the post is completely doable. The rope never was there. My question for you today is, what post are you still standing next to, even though the rope never was there?